Welcome to Luton, home to a colourful mix of cultures and creeds. But links to acts of terrorism at home and abroad have earned the town a reputation as a hub for Islamic extremism. The London bombers of July 2005 met here before making their way to the capital, and the man behind the botched suicide bombing in Sweden in December lived in this quiet Luton street. Making matters worse, the anti-extremist group English Defence League are planning to march through the town on Saturday. They formed in response to an anti-war protest made by a group of Islamic demonstrators during the homecoming parade of the Royal Anglian Regiment. People here have had enough.
We're a very close-knit community, Luton, and the last thing we want is any sort of trouble or any sort of marches, regardless where the marches are from. But, people want to get on with their lives. That's it. People are struggling. So people just want to get on with their lives.
On Saturday, a massive police presence is expecting to deal with over 10,000 pro- and anti-EDL protesters. Local Muslim leaders say they've already dealt successfully with Islamic extremist elements in the community, but admit that a handful remain, belonging to the banned group Al-Mujahirun.
If you're going to paint the image of extremism upon Luton, it needs to be focused on them, EDL, and not the Muslims. All we have to do is remove the extremists of the EDL, get them out of the picture, get these Muslim extremists and Muhajirun out of the picture, leave Luton. You'll be back in the 80s and 90s actually, where everything was fine.
The local council last year set up a Luton in Harmony campaign to try to put across a more representative picture of the town.
Despite the challenges that we have, despite the difficult national context we're working in, despite the international influences that we know have had an impact on our communities, we still are a town to be proud of. And most of our residents have an affection for the town and feel happy to be living here. And that story needs to be told.
A good news story that's unlikely to be heard before the EDL march on Saturday. A tense standoff that will, in the short term at least, keep the much maligned town of Luton in the news for all the wrong reasons.